Oh, for the love of Benji. Hey, everybody, small G gay. I guess Bill Clinton's not the only one to wag the dog. How's everybody doing tonight? Last night was dog night on Twitter. Didn't we have some time? I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed it to pieces. And we had some fun, and I like that Twitchy, that Michelle Malkin thing. They put me on there for the top 10 Obama dog recipes for tofu. That got on there, and I was so flattered, and such a treat to see that. I like that Twitchy because they put me on it a lot, so I enjoy it. That Michelle Malkin, she's always up to something. They put me on that thing first week. I get on there every other week, I think. I think it's great that that's the great thing about Malkin, is that she's about the real people, the grassroots. And you see that, like, they really pick the funniest ones. I'm getting another call on another line. They pick the funny ones. You compare that to Politico, which is all just quoting names like famous conservatives. Oh God, how are we going to deal with Mr. O'Connor now that he's been talked about in every radio show in the world for his interview with Mr. Mitt Romney, Governor Mitt Romney yesterday? I mean, don't get me wrong. You know that I adore Mr. O'Connor. I was thinking that I should try to wrangle him into guest starring on my show. I think that we need to do a show all about show tunes. Mr. Schlichter was saying on Monday's show when they did one that everybody wants to be one of the Breitbart people. I don't. I'm Catwoman. I'm a free agent. However, I do want to go show tune shopping at some point with Mr. O'Connor. Next time he's in New York, I want to go show tune shopping because I want to get his input on what he feels are the greatest Broadway original cast albums available, because he is such a renowned expert, and I trust his sensibility as a conservative. I trust his sensibility as a camp-leaning conservative. But anyway, so he's getting the accolades, and so all those Breitbart people, oh my God, they're just like, hopefully they don't go Hollywood, hopefully they don't go big Hollywood on us. That's all I can say. But what else is happening? I'm wired on caffeine, as you can tell. This is what Obama eats. I'm wired on caffeine. The fag second I went out, and we had to have Subway, and all they had left was whole wheat Subways. I just about threw up. I gagged on it. I mean, I want one of their delicious flavors, like the cheese or the Italian. I don't want that Michelle Obama roughage roll. It's just ridiculous. And but we suffered through that, and then on top of that, we went to Starbucks after. He had to leave because I was just being so tedious. I was so wired. I had a brownie. Oh my God, you guys! I had a giant Coke and then a giant iced coffee and then a brownie. And what do? Come home and get on Twitter. Listening to Rush. Can we talk about Rush? Rush is brilliant when he's brilliant, but I am so tired of him talking about iPads. As soon as he started talking about iPads, oh my God. And yesterday he was talking about iPads and iPhones for like a half hour. What's up with that, Rush? Other than that, he's perfect. He was pretty funny today. He's really quoting the Twitter people. He quoted Mr. O'Connor as well. Mr. O'Connor's not a Twitter person. He's a brilliant editor of Breitbart TV. But he was talking about, he's really been expanding into the Twitter world as well. That Rush, Limbaugh, whatever. I just want to save America. The Fagstag and I have been really interested in, naturally because we're New York City kind of scenesters, we're really interested in exploring right now. We're doing a lot of exploring. I watched that interesting little mini doc that I was, some of you may have seen that. I posted a link on Twitter on Sunday and I posted on my Facebook. I watched it 3 or 4 times about the history of political correctness, and elaborating on a lot of the things that Andrew Breitbart had in his book, Righteous Indignation, about the Frankfurt School and how all this went down. And one of the big takeaways I got was the whole Marcuse, the Eros and Civilization book. What's his name? Herman Marcuse, whatever, Marcuse, which sounds like a Bond villain. And in that book, Eros and Civilization, Google it, he came up with the roadmap. Basically, they were saying that communism won't work because the workers prefer capitalism. So the last 50, 60 years has been about the communists trying to come up with an alternative to the proletariat. They needed a new proletariat. So then Marcuse, was one of the people involved in helping them turn the minority groups into the new proletariat, including women. And that's why the Democrats have to fan the flames all the time. They have to keep them angry. They have to be kept in a constant state of agitation. They have to be agita. That's one of the reasons why so many older gays become conservative, because they're just over it. They got to watch their blood pressure, But the young ones had to be kept in this constant state of agita, of victimhood, for them to be used by the left as a proletariat substitute. Now, in Eros and Civilization, is this too dry? In Eros and Civilization, Mr. Marcuse comes up with the idea of polymorphous perversity and narcissism and a new sexuality freed from procreation, focusing instead on homosexuality, non-procreative sex, basically, fetish, all of this stuff, multiple partners, lesbianism, you name it, and we've seen it. And he wanted to push that, and the Marxists of the 60s thought that would make everybody happy. Everybody would be, diapered and harnessed, and you get the picture, and fetish boots and the like, and that everyone would be in paradise, but instead all you ended up with a gay pride parade. But that was supposed to be this incredible nirvana that everyone was going to have once they were all dolled up and self-absorbed. So this narcissism, this leftist narcissism, is a social construction. This is social engineering. And we're left, the fact Sag and I were talking about how, I don't know what this has to do with Benji, but we were talking about how, the gay movement, there were gay movements prior to this, but the modern gay movement has been pretty much under the control of the far left, almost from the beginning. I think that the original people, the Stonewall people, were more libertarian, as I've talked recently on several of my blogs and the like. I think that a lot of them were libertarian types. Certainly many of the free-thinking gays I knew in my time in the New York City gay community were definitely much more libertarian. One of my friends, who was a Leatherman, a longtime gay guy in New York, was a huge fan of Bob Grant, for example. And ardent foe of political correctness. But the people who made it a movement, the left moved in and made it into a movement, quote unquote. And we don't have many. We don't have many gay people. We don't have many gay books. We don't have many gay ideas or politics that aren't in some way tainted by the far left. Because gays, as well as blacks and women and other minority groups, were used as proletariat substitutes and as weapons by the left to destabilize the United States of America. So we're seeing it reach its nadir with gay marriage, but who's to say that that's the best thing for gay people? Because it seems like they're trying to fit a round peg in a square hole. Now again, I mean, if some gay guys want to get married and play Ozzie and Harriet, that's fine. I just don't know if I think it's natural, and I don't think people should be sitting around worried why they don't fit into that. Because I think that in some ways, I agree with Michael Savage. I kind of can see the benefits of gay guys marrying and having children and having understanding wives and pursuing their gay side on the side and having the stability of their own families, their own children, and still enjoying the company of men. Like, why do you have to be in a completely monogamous relationship with a man? Why can't you be in a family and just have the men's club like they did all through the Victorian era? There's a lot of ways of looking at this. That's what the Virginia Woolf. That's what the whole Bloomsbury group believed in too. That kind of possibility. Who can say? But we don't really have any idea of what gay people really think, because gay people have been used all this time by the far left, and we're going to have to try to figure that out. Like, what do we really want? Anyway, I'm out of time with this one. I'm going to do another one. I got to do another one. I'm going to do another one with this same picture because I can't stop talking. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.